In a world that treats sex as a fundamental human drive, an essential ingredient for happiness, there's a huge group of people whose experience tells a completely different story. They don't enjoy sexual activity. And it's not because they haven't met the right person, not because they're repressed, and not because something is wrong with them. It's simply because their minds and bodies don't find it meaningful, compelling, or rewarding, no matter what. They see how society makes sexual enjoyment seem like the default setting for humans. They hear friends talk about it like it's the air they breathe. They're constantly told everyone wants it and needs it. Yet they feel nothing close to what they're supposed to feel. Sometimes all they feel is exhausted from pretending to like something that just doesn't connect with them, or tired of defending a lack of desire that others treat as a major red flag. If you're watching this, maybe you're one of these people finally feeling seen, finally hearing that your lack of interest is a legitimate orientation, not a problem. Or maybe you re someone who really values sexual connection, and you can't imagine how anyone could be indifferent to something presented as universally pleasurable. But here is the raw truth almost no one wants to talk about. People who don't enjoy sex aren't broken, they aren't all traumatized, and they are not missing out on a core human experience. They represent real orientations and neurological profiles that prove just how differently we can all experience pleasure, connection, and intimacy. Their existence challenges the very idea that sexual desire is a universal need for a healthy life. Stick with me, because what I'm about to share might challenge beliefs you didn't even know you had. You might discover some uncomfortable truths about how much of our sexual culture is actually built on pressure, expectation, and norms that are disguised as empowerment. Let me ask you something most people avoid. How much of what we call sex positivity is actually just pressure to be sexual? A new standard where not wanting sex is still treated as something that needs fixing? When society insists that all healthy people must want sex, doesn't that completely invalidate people on the asexual spectrum and try to force everyone into a one-size-fits-all model? And here's another question. If sex is truly about pleasure and connection, why do so many people, especially women, report engaging in it mainly out of obligation or to meet an expectation? Why is their lack of enjoyment framed as their personal issue to fix, instead of us questioning whether sexual pleasure is as universal as we all assume? These questions get to the very heart of why some people just don't enjoy sex. And the answers reveal something profound about our autonomy, our consent, our diversity, and the vast difference between authentic desire and socially expected behavior. To really understand this experience, we have to look at the cultural environment we live in, one that treats sexual interest as mandatory. From the time we're teenagers, we're told that sexuality is natural, inevitable, essential for happiness, and proof that we're emotionally healthy. The media presents it as the highest form of intimacy. Relationship advice often treats its frequency as a health metric. Even our healthcare systems can pathologize low desire, treating it like a medical condition. What we end up with is a sexual imperative, this unspoken belief that everyone should want sex. And if you don't, something must be wrong with you. But here is the reality. Sexual desire and pleasure are not universal. Not everyone experiences sex as enjoyable, and treating disinterest as a dysfunction is a form of pressure that denies people their own autonomy. Their experiences often fall into 5 legitimate categories. First, there's asexuality and the low sexual attraction spectrum. It's simple. Some people just don't experience sexual attraction or interest. Asexuality is a recognized orientation, it is not a disorder, and it is not something to be cured. People on this spectrum might feel deep romantic affection, enjoy emotional connection, or even engage in sexual activity for a partner, but they don't feel that spontaneous desire themselves. This is a natural variation in human sexuality, not a problem. Second, sensory processing differences. For some people, the physical sensations involved in sex are just uncomfortable, overwhelming, or emotionally draining. People with heightened sensory sensitivity might experience touch that others find pleasurable as way too intense or stressful. This isn't about skill or technique. It's about how their nervous system is wired to process sensation. Third, emotional labor and performance fatigue. Let's be honest, sex often involves a lot of emotional work. You're monitoring your partner's experience, managing their expectations, performing enthusiasm, navigating vulnerability, and dealing with your own body image pressures. Many people, and women in particular, are socialized to always prioritize their partner's pleasure. For some, the emotional cost of all that work just outweighs any potential benefit. It simply feels like a job. Fourth is a preference for non-physical forms of intimacy. Some people connect more deeply through conversation, shared experiences, emotional vulnerability, acts of service, creativity, or intellectual bonding. For them, sexual activity doesn't make them feel closer. In fact, it might even interrupt more meaningful ways of connecting. Intimacy has so many dimensions, and physical expression is only one of them. And fifth, a rational cost-benefit analysis. Some people have simply looked at the effort required, emotional, physical, practical, and realized it doesn't align with their personal sense of reward. This doesn't mean they're cold or unromantic. It means they're being honest with themselves that for them, the returns just don't justify the investment. When you put these 5 reasons together, you get individuals whose lack of enjoyment isn't a malfunction. It's a legitimate orientation, rooted in their personal biology, psychology, and life experiences. And here's what our society struggles to accept. Not everyone needs sex. Not everyone benefits from it. Not everyone wants it, and that is perfectly okay. One of the most overlooked truths is that while the sex-positive movement did incredible work in reducing shame, it sometimes created a new kind of pressure. The expectation to be enthusiastically sexual and to treat low desire as a problem that needs to be solved. But many people who forced themselves into sexual experiences they didn't want reported feeling more authentic, less anxious, and having healthier boundaries the moment they stopped. So, what does this all mean for you? If you enjoy sex, that's great. But remember that your experience isn't universal. Don't assume your partner or your friends share your same level of interest. A lack of desire isn't a personal rejection of you. It's not a relationship failure, and it's not evidence of some hidden damage. And if you don't enjoy sex, please hear this. You are not broken. You are not malfunctioning. Your orientation and your preferences are valid. You can build deeply fulfilling relationships based on the forms of intimacy that truly resonate with you. You never ever owe anyone a sexual version of yourself that doesn't match your authentic experience. Human diversity includes people who are highly sexual, moderately sexual, selectively sexual, indifferent, or entirely uninterested. All of these are normal. The real issue isn't wanting or not wanting sex. It's expecting everyone to fit into one single model of desire. Now, I genuinely want to hear from you. Do you avoid talking about your lack of sexual interest because you're afraid of being judged? Or did this video challenge assumptions you've always believed were universal truths? Share your thoughts in the comments below. This is a judgment-free space. If this validated your experience or expanded your understanding, please hit the like button and subscribe for more content that challenges the cultural norms around our incredible human diversity. Next week, I'll explore the raw truth about people who don't feel pride in their appearance and why that challenges everything we think we know about self-worth. Remember, your relationship with sexuality is yours alone. Honor it, respect it, and protect it. That is the foundation of real authenticity. Thanks for watching.